Today's about autism, raising awareness, celebrating the good work that we do within the Choice Care Group, listening to opinions from different people with different experiences, parents, staff, professionals, just coming together. Our staff are out there every day with the individuals we support. We do come across prejudice and it's up to us to challenge that prejudice by obviously having conferences like today, but also about what's out there in adult services. There's a lot of information out there for children's services, but not quite so much for adult services. It's lovely to see everyone in the same room. You know, bearing in mind we've got 47 homes and a lot of supported living services. It's really good to see everyone together. We've got some brilliant staff, absolutely brilliant staff. Last year's was such a success, we just wanted to do it again, and we want to do it for our staff as well, to tell them how much we appreciate them.
What sort of things can you think of that worked well in the transitions that each of you have dealt with? And what?
I've been helping out in one of the seminars with my manager, Tracy, and we got the parents involved, and we got some social workers involved, and we had a big discussion about transition. The transition we're talking about was young people moving from generally schools into our services. And then we touched a little bit on older people as well who have autism moving into our services. And it's that changeover from one place to another, which can be very difficult and traumatic at times. Now, some people with autism can cope with change better than others, and I think we need to be careful about making assumptions about people with autism that we all label them with the same set of characteristics, you know, and I hope that's what comes out of today, is that if you have autism, you're still an individual, you know, with a whole set of emotions and needs.
I sometimes feel I didn't give birth to Julius, but I found him on this spaceship and I'm just kind of raising him as my own.
I'm here because I have a child on the autistic spectrum, and I've written a novel called The Boy Who Fell to Earth, based on my own experiences of raising a child like that. And I've made the book as accessible as possible. It's a romantic comedy with Asperger's, a darker thread of autism running through it. So I hope it'll help destigmatise the condition and make people more accepting of our unique and wonderful children. It is hard to get the message out there, but I think anything that helps people understand that our children are unique and wonderful and interesting and not just weird, you know, and as my son says, the book is a celebration of idiosyncrasies, eccentricities and being different. And there's no doubt that he's made me a nicer person because he's made me less judgmental and more compassionate to people in society who are just a little bit different.
I think it's going extremely well. We've had some wonderful speakers already, and we've got some really good speakers this afternoon, and we've also got some workshops looking into the sensory world which our psychology team have put together. It's the most rewarding job you could ever imagine. We look after the most fantastic, fascinating individuals, and I say individuals because everyone is extremely individual. They all have their own individual care package, so it's all about the person-centred planning, making it easy for them to live their lives and support them as best we can.
I was then remanded on the second notified mental health. One of my jobs I do for the company, amongst others, is doing Asperger and autism training. I have Asperger syndrome myself. Now, Asperger syndrome is on the higher end of the autistic spectrum. I mean, it's not all bad for argument. I mean, for argument's sake, one of the particular benefits of having Asperger's, I've got a memory like a sponge, or something, but a memory like an elephant. I mean, for argument's sake, I could rattle off all the stops on the road. I'm not going to, but I wanted to. I can rattle off all the stops on the road, all the way from Penzance to Edinburgh. It also has definite deficits. I've got a very proverbial habit of when I'm at home hugging the female staff. It's not that I want to break boundaries. I just happen to be very affectionate, so-and-so. And it's very impulsive behaviour. It's much harder for someone with Asperger's to not act on their impulse than someone that hasn't got Asperger's. It's like eating a ladybird, if you can imagine what that tastes like.
Yeah, I've done it this time. Yes. Yay!
I'm the parent of a young man with autism. My son Luke is 21 and he lives at Little Heath Court, one of the homes that Choice provide. It makes you realise really why some of the behaviours occur, because I saw one guy put the Brillo pad down his sock and try and walk around the room for about 10 minutes, and in the end he said, "It's absolutely driving me crackers." I said, I can't stand it. No wonder they're trying to take their clothes off when they're getting hot. So you could see that other people were starting to identify with some of the sensory overloads, and I then understood more about Luke's food issues in the past because I did not want to taste those jelly beans because I knew, watching other people, that they were nasty. Yeah, it opened your eyes. I think it was really, really excellent. I think it was a fabulous day, and I think having lived, breathed, slept and digested autism for 21 years, you can never, ever know everything. You can never know everything, and today I've learnt some really valuable things. I've heard some very inspirational speeches, and I've also met some really good people, and it's nice to know that those foundations are there with choice, underpinning the support for my son and for other people's sons and daughters as well.